Welcome to Bartending101. Today's lesson is about accurately pouring, having an accurate pour. When someone buys a drink, you want to give them the appropriate amount of alcohol in their drink or liquor in their drink. If you pour too much, then you're stealing from the house, from where you work. If you don't pour enough, you're stealing from your customer. So there is an acceptable range of variation for pouring. So it's good to know how to free pour, which is without measuring how much you pour. We'll go over that in a second. But let's just dive right in. First of all, I want to go over a term. If a manager or an owner comes out and says, hey, we have a high pour cost, what that means is we're giving away too much liquor. Our liquor cost is too high. We're pouring too heavy. We need to bring that down and start practicing and be more accurate in our pours. So this is a pour spout. You're going to see a lot of them. The plastic ones are not accurate. This one, I think, pours a little fast. I'm still looking for one that pours slightly slower than this one. Sometimes you see really fat ones and those pour really fast. Most of the time you're going to see about this size. Okay, so see if you can get it on the video. On this pour spout, little hole right there, right? That attaches to this little metal straw that goes down. And then the liquor comes out here on this. So the way this works is called air displacement. For liquor to come out or liquid to come out, something has to take its place. In this case, it's going to be air. So as this gets turned upside down, air comes in here and up the straw and liquid comes out. It's like when you pour a milk jug out or a bottle with a small opening and it glugs, glug, 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 glug. Okay, what happens is air has to go in for the liquid to come out. It has to take up the space, the volume of it. If you're more interested in that, look it up. That's how vacuums are created. Anyway, side note. So that's how this works. Now, right here, this goes in the bottle. I happen to have a small bottle. I'm at work right now. This is my lunch break. So this goes in here just like that. It's kind of self-explanatory, but some bottles have small openings. This one's a little small, so it's not going to go in all the way. Most liquor bottles, these fit. Okay? Some have wider openings or bigger openings. So the way you get around that is you have to hold the bottle a certain way, and you'll find out those bottles right away. You're going to go to pour, and your pour spout goes right out. So we'll go over that in a second. So that's your pour spout in the bottle. Now let's work on how to hold the bottle. You can, if you want to do this, you can. But a lot of times, especially when your bottle is down in your well, in your rail, you're not going to reach down and grab the body of the bottle, okay? If you reach back either way to grab liquor off a shelf, you can, but a lot of times it's sitting next to another bottle. Rarely are you going to grab the bottle by the body. You're going to grab it by the neck. 9 times out of 10. Now, if you want to grab by the body and you can do this, that's fine. Grab it by the neck. And a lot of times you just put your finger right over that pour spout. That way, if it's not in there all the way or it's about to slip out, it won't slip out. The reason I'm telling you this, you don't have to do this. The reason I'm telling you this is I've poured enough times where the pour spout comes pouring out, you waste a bunch of liquor and you got to start all over. So I'll just do that, have my finger over the pour spout, kind of around it, and then go to do my pour. Now, what you want to be careful of is, well, we just talked about that little straw opening. You don't put your finger over that opening because that will cut off the air that's going into the bottle and you won't have an accurate pour. It'll be too slow, all right? So you grab them like this, grab them like this. Now, when you go to pour, you don't want to be timid. You don't want to half pour, half-ass it there. You want to go at least a 45, if not straight up and down. You want to be not aggressive, but confident with it, okay? So you pick it up and you just pour. It's that easy. That's pour. Now you want full volume coming out of the pour spout to stay on. That's how you pour it. That's the motion of pouring. Now the way you get, I got a dump bucket down here. Now the way you measure out how much you're pouring is in your head. And for the first at least 2 years that I bartended, you could see me counting. and I was counting to try and be accurate for an accurate count, excuse me. So the way I learned was, you don't hear it much anymore, but an old British siren, police siren, if you just look it up on your favorite search engine, but it goes like this. Doo, 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 doo. Okay, right, if you remember those. All right, so the way I was taught was each one of those notes is a 1/4 ounce. So as you pour, you need 4 notes, count to 4 to make 1 ounce. That way you can do a 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce, 3/4 ounce, up to however many ounces you want to do. So when I pour, in my head I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would be 1 ounce. Okay? Now the trick is, here's the trick. Again, be confident in how you pour. Start counting, and then on the 4 you break. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're doing 1 1/4 ounce, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You break on the note. All right. So that took me a while to get. I'm like, well, I want to count to 5. It's like, well, you kind of stop right at 5 or 4 or whatever you're going for. So, and here's how you practice. Let me go back. Some people learn 1 and 2 and, kind of the same thing. 1 and 2 and. I always got lost in the ands. If that works for you, do that. Whatever helps you be most accurate. Okay? I can't tell you how many managers have come up to me and said, hey Nate, great pour. Or, hey Nate, little heavy bud, let's back off. Oh, okay, I'm counting too slow. Okay? So it's important to practice. It's important to practice as you're bartending. Every once in a while, practice with water and find out. Are you pouring too slow, pouring too fast? Are you just right? So it does matter. It helps you stay sharp. So here's how you practice. You get any number of glasses, any different sizes, as long as they can hold whatever you're practicing pouring. 1 ounce, 1 1/4 ounce, 1 1/2 ounce, whatever that might be. Okay. The second thing you'll need is a measuring tool. This is called a jigger. I think we've gone over that in another video. This one, a lot of times they're just hourglass shape. This is kind of hourglass shape. This one is 1 ounce on the large size, and I believe 1/2 ounce on the small size. So I can practice pouring 1 or 1/2 or 1 1/2. So any glass that you want, and then count and do it. Now again, I think this is a little fast. So, but we're gonna go with that and we'll see where it stands, how good my pour skill is. So, sorry about the edit. I had to make more space to keep filming. So, back at it. I think this pour spout is a little fast. Let's see. We'll give it a shot, see what happens. So, proper grip, pour, finger over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breaking on the 4. I'm gonna pour that into my 1 ounce side of the jigger. See how I did. Oh, barely too much. So either it's fast or I'm just a little over pouring, which is still acceptable. So again, that's how you practice. Find any bottle that a pour spout fits on and just start practicing using water and cups and a jigger. And you can get these at all kinds of different stores. You get them online, get them anywhere. You could probably even go into a bar and say, hey, can I have a pour spout? Hey, can I buy a pour spout for a couple bucks? I'm trying to learn how to pour. I'm trying to learn how to do what you do. Now, a couple things. This is called, you can't hardly see it. This is called a nipple. Goes on top of a pour spout. Some places use them, some places don't. I usually didn't use these unless I was somewhere tropical, so Hawaii, Caribbean. That was to keep fruit flies out of your pour spout. It's not fun when you start pouring and fruit flies are coming out of your bottle and they're in the customer's drinks. Not good. Some places use just little cups, like little, they're like a red Solo cup but small, like shot glass cup. What's another one? Some places will require you to use a jigger to pour. Like Hawaii, you have to use one. So you pour, but you don't have to use the jigger to pour 1 and then a half. They free pour, they have to fill up the jigger first, pour it in the glass and keep going. So that should wrap up everything about pour, proper pour, accurately pour. So this is your chance, this is your first lesson basically to just start practicing. This is what you need to practice first. Proper pour. We've already gone over a well, what's in a well. Sorry about the edit again, had to make more room, got some technical difficulties going on today. Anyway, we've gone over a well, gone over what's in your well, your whole setup. This is the first lesson where you're actually practicing something, not just learning knowledge, okay? You're practicing doing this. So find a bottle that a pour spout fits in, find a pour spout, and a jigger, okay? Get those things, and then find some glasses to pour water into, start practicing. Practice a 1/2 ounce, 1/4 ounce, 3/4 ounce. Online, you might be able to find some accuracy setups, and what they are is that they look like test tubes kind of in a rack, and so you can't see the other side, but as you pour a 1/2 ounce, you turn it around and it says what you've actually poured. And those are common for restaurants. Okay, pour me 1.5 ounces, pour me 1 ounce, and it'll say where you're at and where the acceptable range of messing up is, over or under. So if you want to do that, that's a great way instead of doing the jigger and in a glass and pouring. But this is a little more realistic and less expensive. So if you found this helpful or value in this, hit the subscribe button. I have tons of video. If I don't already have a bunch of videos out, I don't know when you're watching this, because it's right now or a couple years from now, I'm gonna have tons of videos coming out that help you be a better bartender, a faster bartender, make more money, get better shifts, all that good stuff. So I hope you follow along. Thanks for watching.